I'll call the meeting to order. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mayor Patricelli.
Present.
Councilwoman Diamond.
Present.
Councilman Jones.
Here. I'll ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, I'll ask the minutes of the previous meeting be read.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the November 16th meeting.
I'll second that. Motion was made and seconded. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Jones.
In favor.
Councilwoman Diamond.
In favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor. All right, we'll move into reports of officers and committees.
All right, just have three simple ones tonight. City Hall currently is being balanced with a heating system, and I know the mayor, you're going to enjoy this, but we're going online, measuring heat and temperatures on our computer. So we've got the cable all hooked up for that, for the internet. So we're balancing our two heating systems, and if you walk in there now, I think we see the boiler system kicking on once, maybe twice a day. So we really got both systems connected in well, and it's extremely comfortable in City Hall now. And no longer will you drive by anymore and make sure to see windows open. So we did a good job getting those two systems. The paving contractor for 2023, Newcastle, tidied up some loose ends with our paving for 2023. I'll be checking all the punch list items tomorrow, making sure they got everything hit. And we've got a price in for Broadway right in front of the auto body, and we're trying to get onto their schedule for next week and have that entire area filled and taken care of. So
Does that include down by the wood burning warehouse
all
building? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that the painting they were doing yesterday?
No, that was the striping.
Or striping, right?
Yeah,
Striping.
yeah, that was being done.
That was
So-
Newcastle.
So they were just fixing what got kind of wrecked, right? Well, I noticed up there, like,
So 12th Avenue had like a raise of a driveway and
Yeah.
those type of things. So they were kind of some of the things that needed to be.
they did a crosswalk, but what they did was, they also, that's what kind of confused me. There was a patch area that they just painted, but they only did like 10 feet. They stopped in the middle of the street, are they going all the way across, or are we gonna finish that? Then when you go down 12th Ave.
I'll take a peek at it. That's why I said I was going to go around and. So
Well, when I saw them up there yesterday, I'm like, oh, maybe they're doing intersection or whatever, and then it looked like they were painting what's been refixed, so I get that part. But like the crosswalk for, as they come down from the school, they came about 10 feet on each side and left the other 60 feet across the street. Unless they ran out of paint, I don't know if there was an issue.
I know, we'll have to check. I know they did work with Straight Line.
Yeah, that's who was up there, straight line.
Yeah,
They were
so,
doing-
all right, so we'll figure that out and I'll let you know what happened there. That's all I have for tonight.
So wasn't there a grant that we received?
There was a grant we recently received. We actually received two. There was one for $50,000 from Albany County, and that's a partnership that we're doing with the Dome.
Firehouse.
That's the one that we're doing the feasibility study in the location. Yeah, but there was one I know that we did. Murph actually was just talking to me about it today, that he got something on.
I don't know about
I
that.
thought that was 80,000.
We received one for the water line survey.
That was, yes, that's the water line, not the survey. That's for the inventory and tunneling it and TVing it, to see that the transmission.
Transmission line distribution, yep.
Yeah, in fact, we had a break last night. I was out there this morning at 415 Elizabeth Street, or Elizabeth Court, it was out in Gilbert. If you guys remember going with the tour, we came through all the different housing developments.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
this was right on someone's front lawn, so that was, but they know they have an easement in their properties.
Must have been a mess.
This is no, honestly, last night's wasn't as bad as the one we had 4 weeks ago, where we lost a portion of the driveway with a sinkhole. This one here right now, Brian went out at the end of the day yesterday. Brian White went out and piped it so it daylighted to the end of the person's property. But unfortunately, with the running water, because we were getting so many gallons per minute, that's developing a sinkhole. So we're going to go out tomorrow morning and run about 80 feet. And I talked with the DPW in Gilderland, and they're going to allow us to just let it dead end into a catch basin. So we're going to figure this out. But those are two problems with our transmission line in the last 4 weeks. So.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to old business.
Your Honor, there is no old business on this evening's agenda.
Okay, we'll move into new business then.
The first order of new business is a call for 2 public hearings, both to be held on December 14th, 2023 at 6 p.m. One is to exceed the tax cap for 2024, and the second is for the public hearing on the passage of the 2024 budget.
And for those public hearings that you have, we gave you the local law number 6. That's the ability to pass the tax cap, and then ordinance number 9 will be passing the budget. Those are the introductions of the 2 bullets, the law and the ordinance, and that'll be done on December 14th. 14th.
Okay.
So we'll have the public hearings, then we will pass the legislation to exceed the tax cap, and then we will pass the budget. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yes. All right. Thank you. Procedure?
So the next order, so we introduced both local law.
Yes.
Yes.
The next order is resolution number 71 for 2023. This is a resolution awarding a contract for the installation of a plate trail connection at Hudson Shores Park as part of the local waterfront revitalization plan, and authorizing Mayor Charles B. Patricelli to execute same.
I'll make a motion on resolution 71 for 2023.
And I will second that.
Okay.
So this is, if you remember, when we had presentations by Verity Engineering, and we showed various plate trail equipment. That's what this is here. We had over 20 contractors of interest show up for the walkthrough, and of those 26 individual companies had shown interest, presented a quote, and tonight we have before you the quote from Carver Construction for $498,145. And that's part of the grant that we received under the local waterfront revitalization project. And it's for your action tonight.
When are they installing that?
So we wanted to get this on tonight when we had the open, so we can go immediately to contract, and then we can hold a contract meeting right here, within the second week of December, we're hoping for. And then that will be grading in January, and try to have that all done and ready for paving as soon as the plant's open in April or May.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be all completed
Please,
before.
what's that? Speak into the mic too.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a lot of trouble with the video.
Oh, do you?
With
Okay.
your voice.
So that's that.
That's not.
Yeah.
You want to repeat that again? Sorry. All right, any other questions on that?
No?
Yeah, the park is, all the paving is done, right, the road paving. The bollards were removed, the guardrails were removed, and the trail was removed. There's a flagpole being put in, the concrete was poured for the flagpole, and we're hoping the flagpole will be installed possibly tomorrow. So, and the other thing, Joe, is too, is I know it's going to be too cold now, but those bollards that are in front of the pavilion that were put in.
We got to paint them.
Yes.
Yes. That's on the to-do list for sure.
Yeah, I know.
What is the deal with paving, like, is there, first temperature?
55, 60.
Yeah, 55, 60, depending.
Because when I saw a straight line out there, it's like, it's a little too cold in paving.
Yeah. I know you need with that, especially if they do the applied stuff too, you need a good 65 degrees for that.
That's what I was saying, they were doing it yesterday, I was like, it was kind of cool, but I don't know, I don't, not a painter.
Yeah, we know that.
So that means all the painting is done
What'd
for
you say, Eddie?
the season.
We know you're not.
Yeah.
We'll call the roll, please.
Councilman Dawes,
In favor?
Councilwoman Diamond,
In favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor.
Resolution number 72 for 2023 is a resolution amending the contract with Gallo Construction and authorizing Mayor Charles B. Patricelli to execute all required documents for the project under New York State CDBG Grant 1210 PF 54-20.
Mayor, I will make a motion that we move on resolution number 72 for 2023.
I'll second the motion.
So if you haven't been over to the community center, soon-to-be community center, I would suggest you take a look. A lot of the work is being completed, and finally, you're going to see the community center finished and complete by the end of December. This is the last change order we'll probably see with relationship to the exterior of the building. This has to do with the roof structure, and this will be the south end of the building, this photo right here. This is right here is what they call a parapet, and a parapet is usually like a wall that blocks something or what they do here is actually diverts water to a channel or to a gutter. But what had happened over the years, you can see the rot and everything down here. That rot led to, interior rotting as well. You could see some of the studs, some of the trusses, and everything else. So as we were pulling off the exterior, the roofing system, and then we ended up having 4 layers of roof on that system. Technically only 2 were allowed, but over the years it looks like they had applied more roofing than there should have been. So this is actually to pull off the exterior layers that we did not anticipate and fix the rot that we did. This change order is for a combination of $11,027.19, and that's for the removal of the additional layers and shingles and fix the roof joists and trusses that were damaged by the weather and the elements. So that's what this is.
Is that done yet?
That's all done.
That's all done.
Yeah, we had to do that as an emergency, so unfortunately the paperwork is catching up with us on it.
Right. So are they now completely done with the roof?
Roof is completely done, and as I said, you should go in and see what the lift is there. Now interior, they have all the electrical upgrades are there. The lighting inside is all done, so you have all the LED lights inside.
Did they fix the short?
Can't find the short right now. They're still working on it. We might be running a secondary wire for the next section of it and rewire that lighting itself. But also, the way it operated in the past is those lights were done by a breaker. We actually had a panel put in for 4 or 6 straight lights as you walk in. Tile is in, so it's really coming along. You should take a look at it. We should be complete within about 3 weeks.
The cameras were
Cameras were installed today, exterior cameras. We got 180 camera outside, which takes into account the lift, the ADA ramp, both doors to the location, and up until the bell, that you have a nice view of everything now.
What about the internet in the church?
Internet all the cabling was done today for that.
Joe, stop.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I have nothing to complain about.
Give
Give it a
it 30 seconds.
You said it, not me.
Talking to my Joe.
Yeah.
So,
But no, all
so
that
we
was
did,
installed today.
did we run it from the museum, or we?
To the museum. No, we went, I believe, I'll confirm that, but I believe we went from the new electric, because that's where the informational case is, because we have a new fire alarm system, we have a new internet hub system right in the back of the.
Oh, so you have to have it in the church?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, so
we had
you're gonna run it right from there?
I had it put there because the intent is to make a professional outlay of it, like a dais.
Yep.
To have our council set up like this with internet, with cabling and everything else. So the hub is right there in the back of that big arch.
Gotcha. Okay, good, better.
That's great.
All right, good. Any other questions?
No, I don't know.
Call the roll, please.
Councilman Dawes?
In favor?
Councilwoman Donovan?
Favor?
Mayor Patricelli?
In favor.
Resolution number 73 for 2023 is a resolution amending the annual budget for fiscal year 2023.
I will make a resolution on resolution number, no, I'll make a motion on resolution number 73 for 2023.
I will second that motion.
Okay.
Before the council is a number of packets. I'm going to start with this little bag.
Okay.
These are the proposed increases and decreases to the budget. There's some explanations for some of the bigger expenses. Just kind of touching on the bigger ones. $25,000 increase to the finance auditor software, payroll software line. Specifically, we had a line of credit this year to purchase the National Grid that cost us a few $1,000s. Paychecks increased our fees this year. I have been in negotiations with them, trying to get them to lower it back to a reasonable level, but as it stands currently, this is where we are. PD overtime, $195,000 increase to the budget. As we are all aware, there are several either vacant positions or positions for folks that are out injured, which is causing a heck of a lot of overtime. And going hand in hand with what I just said, special wages is the line where the injured officer's payroll goes. We separate that out of normal payroll. We're adding $25,000 to PD equipment. There was a purchase of a new Ford Explorer after one of the patrol cars was totaled this year. Fire department overtime, I'm sorry, I thought that I printed out an actual description of everything, all the overtime for both police and fire, because I wanted council to see it, but I don't think I did. So I can just hit on some of the big items. Both. These are to-date numbers that I'm going to tell you. You don't have it in front of you, but I will email it to you as soon as the council meeting is over so that you have it in front of you. For police, officer shift fill is $187,000. Supervisor shift fill is $85,000. Investigations in the CIU department is a total of $116,000. Those are the big items. There are a number of other things. There's almost $15,000 in court stuff, and then different details are about $32,000. Again, I will email this to council so you can see exactly where the numbers are coming from as to why police and fire both have overtime. On the fire side for overtime, let's see, there's $40,000 due to other firemen taking personal time, so kind of a leave time covering. Actually, that seems to be most of what the fire department's overtime ends up being. Between personal time, sick time, vacation time, family sick time, We're looking at almost $200,000 in overtime just to cover folks on leave. And Kelly time, we're up to almost 220,000.
Is this at normal?
I'm sorry?
Is this at normal?
I don't necessarily think it's abnormal. There were a couple issues in the fire department that are abnormal, causing some overtime.
Well, I'm talking about the numbers. It is, like, for example, I know if you said to the police, the numbers, we're talking that over and above what we approved, or the total what we approved?
No, our budget was 390.
Our budget was 390.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we go to this one,
Okay.
if you look at the bottom, page 5 of 11, you can see the 390 was the original budget number in column 2. I apologize that the column headers did not print on every single one, so let me just go over what the columns are. The very first column is 2022's actual numbers. The next column was 2023's budget. The third column is where we stand right at this very moment, give or take a day. And the last column is where I'm expecting us to end up at the end of the year. You're seeing a large jump in that overtime number from where we are today to where I'm expecting us to end because holidays. When do people want to take off? Holidays. So you're going to have the majority of folks either taking sick day, personal day, vacation day, etc. at the end of the year.
And Joe, we're maintaining the strength level that we talked about before?
Where you're saying staffing, full
Right.
staffing? Yes, yes. He's keeping it at a 4-man, platoons are 4 and 5.
Right.
So we haven't gone anything lower than a 4.
We've never gone any lower than a 4-man.
Yeah. 4 on a shift.
Right.
And that's where a lot of the overtime is done. I know we talked about doing, below that at
Right.
times. But we'll need to confirm that with the chief. But if everything I
Well, that was
said-
something that you and I have had conversations about confirming that.
Yes.
And if this is where we are now, then it hasn't been confirmed.
Oh, it's been confirmed that we've been over, but
Because I know that there's a, right.
yes.
I'm just hoping that he's following the directives that we have set and not,
I'll confirm that and have that answer for sure, but we have gone over the 3-person component several times at the conversations.
because, I mean, I haven't looked at the bottom numbers yet, as far as what the overall impact is.
I'll
I know
save you
you'll
a
get
heart
to it.
attack. We're not going to be in a deficit in any fund.
Well, that doesn't help me any. I'm talking, yeah. I know how that it gets explained too, but I also know the numbers.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Going back to the little guy here. Fire department special wages, same as police, that's where firefighters are injured. Their wages go to that specific line. We purchased a Salter in 2023 for the highway department. In parks, we did a lot of work for cameras. We had North Line come in and clear the shoreline for about $35,000. And we did a couple consolidated funding and a restaurant proposal study. Yeah. In parks. And then in workers' comp medical, there were a couple of large buyouts. Names are noted on the paper. That's just the general fund. In the water fund, we made the decision to hire an additional laborer. We had put money in there to hire another admin supervisor, project manager type position instead of a laborer for 2023, but as we got into the year, it was noted that the laborer position was needed instead. For chlorine and the PAC, we don't have a contract currently, so we're just going off of whatever the market rate is. So it's a little difficult to figure out where that's going to land. And then in the miscellaneous expense, that was the First Street project. That's coming right out of our water fund budget. And then going to sewer fund, the one large increase there is the employee benefit costs or health insurance. And those are the budget amendments I am requesting from the council this evening. To go along with that, this the bigger page is a breakdown of each of the three operating funds, starting with general, then water, then sewer. Projecting about a $30,000 surplus in general and in water, and then almost 40,000 in sewer.
What was the general fund? I'm sorry.
A little over $30,000, $33,227.40. If you go to page 11.
That 33,000 takes into account everything that's on here?
Correct.
It's all incorporated in here?
Correct. If sales tax comes in a little higher, I would like to potentially propose moving, at the beginning of the year, we purchased 2 police cars and a garbage truck. Depending on where we actually end the year, I'd like to propose potentially paying for one of those instead of bonding it. But we don't have to figure that out right now.
Right.
We'll see where our revenues land in February.
Okay. Well, to be honest with you, I'm very concerned about the overtime. I know that there's issues with staffing and, injuries and that kind of thing, but I'm also concerned because I thought we had a pretty good handle on our weekly overtime numbers that we were looking at in the beginning. I didn't have to stop seeing that, but figured that they were still being looked at.
Is Amanda not sending those to you anymore? Is Amanda sending those to you still?
Well, I have the overtime, but it's not the analysis numbers that you and I were looking at. We're getting who's getting what and whatever it is, it's not that. It's the where we are in comparison to the budget, how we're looking at, what we're doing and how we're doing. Again, there are certain things that it's automatic. There's nothing you can do about certain emergencies or certain situations or something like that. But there was other ways, and we've got to look at some better ways, because we're back now to looking at this and,
Well, I think the injuries and the unfortunate timing of an officer passing, a lot of that was contributory to the overtime. We were getting it where you didn't have a sergeant on duty and you were paying that sergeant rate.
Right.
A lot of double shifts. That
yeah, I know,
So that's,
they were very
Yeah.
difficult on the guys.
Yeah.
Because they were being mandated a lot of times to come in, and that's not easy either. Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Call the roll.
Councilman Dawes,
Favor?
Councilwoman Diamond,
Favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor.
Your Honor, that concludes the new business this evening.
Move into, I'm assuming that there's nothing more under appropriations and accounting.
I think I just covered that.
Good. All right. Move into the public comment period.
At this time, the mayor and the council have authorized a public comment period. If you wish to address the council, we ask that you please step forward and state your name and address for the record.
All right. Public comment period is open. There's nobody in attendance tonight, so what we'll do is we'll close the public comment period. Anything else? The next meeting will be December 14th. As we discussed with the public hearings we'll have.
The Christmas tree lighting was very nice,
Very good.
very well.
Well attended?
Yeah, very nice. Perfect night, perfect weather. Great.
Kudos to the volunteers out there.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. We'll for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I will second that motion.
Call the roll.
Councilwoman Councilman Dawes,
In favor.
Councilwoman Diamond,
Favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor. Okay, thank you.
Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you.
I know, right? It's the next stop.
Any further business?